a new Planet of the Apes coming, everybody. The kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
No.
And we're not going to watch the trailer. We're just going to talk about this. The trailer came out, but it's very short. It's like more of a teaser. They said it'd be the first trailer. It's more of a fucking teaser. But it came out, and I'll tell you this. It looks great to me. I think it does look great because... honestly, we did three movies We built the whole thing, and we're like trying to establish like where the apes came from, how society fell, the after fact, and then eventually at the very end, it's like the society's done. So now we're like brushing forward. We're going in the future, and now all of society is gone. Humans are pretty much like the animals, and the apes are the people that have conquered, and they're the actual people ruling the whole society. And that's what they finally got this. So it took them 3 movies to get to Charlton Heston days. I mean, for me, it just took a long time, and that's what people want to see. So for me, I'm finally getting it. I'm doing some controversial shit out there. I love the Mark Wahlberg version. Hey, how you doing, Abe? I'm gonna go out there and see some. I'm gonna go out there and go to this planet. I'm gonna be an astronaut. I'm gonna find my way. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna have a great time.
Impression drink
for me, all right? I love that shit. I will drink. I love that shit. But 20th Century Studios is doing this. Of course, Matt Reeves is gone. Like he's doing the Batman movies, so he moved on, and they have a whole new team involved. The Maze Runner trilogy, the director of the Maze Runner trilogy, Wes Ball is coming involved. The script hails from Josh Friedman, who did War of the Worlds. We also have Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver from Avatar: The Way of Water. We also have Patrick Hyson coming in from the movie Prey that was on Hulu for a little bit, and this comes out in May. It's coming out very soon, and I think it looks really great. I think it does, and I'm very excited to see because it's about a new ape who's finds out that the world is not what he expected it to be. And then he sees the way the old world, the humans, and he's trying to battle a tyrannical leader who is now running the world. And for me, I want to see it. I actually want to see it. I know Sabrina and I talked about briefly, and she was like, we don't need any more of this. I want to say we don't need any more of this shit. But I mean, like, I've been looking forward to seeing the Planet of the Apes actually do the Planet of the Apes movie since we got the first one. And Matt Reeves is a great director. I love him. I think that Andy Serkis did a fucking great job playing Caesar in the first ones. He's a phenomenal, like, actual motion capture actor. And
he's also a really good regular actor, too.
Yeah, on screen, too. I'll give him that, too.
He was great in Andor. He's great, and he was great in
parts of Andor.
Not Wakanda Forever. What was the first one called?
He's Black Panther. He's like, precious. He's great for that shit, I love him. He's a great actor. And for me, though, we get this movie. We've done 3 already. We're doing another one. And my question to everybody is like, have you seen this? Do you want to see a Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? We're going to Sabrina first on this. I want her to hit it hard. Hit it fucking hard, Sabrina. Do you want to see this? Do you think it makes sense to continue forward without Matt Reeves, who did the first trilogy? Or do you think they should have left it back in the day with Charlton Heston and maybe bring Mark Wahlberg back? Bring him back. Hey, come on back. I'll say him with me, all right? Come on, let's do it.
First of all, Zach is obsessed with your AC unit, Keoki. Just so you know. I think it's the 3rd mention of your amazing background. Just FYI, I just want you to know.
Thank you.
Your AC unit has more fans than we do.
How do you
of course, absolutely. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. He keeps me cool all the time. He's my friend.
He keeps me cool.
He keeps me cool all day long. All day long.
Is that Bane behind you?
Oh no! All right, guys. Ryan's being great. Ryan, how many shots? That was terrible. Ryan, also impression. You have 2 drinks. Ryan, are you drinking your plastic vodka, sir?
Hey, I'm drinking all of my beer.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't. I'm not gonna watch this piece of shit. I don't.
Of the Planet of the Apes.
No, enough is enough, for fuck's sake. Like, when something is like super like subpar, like mid, like, why are you trying to fucking do more of it? Like, no one was like, oh my God, that was so amazing. We can't wait to do another one. Like, just stop. You keep fucking it up. And then you're like, a bunch of years pass. Like, you know what? Let's try this piece of shit again. Like, rein it the fucking, I'm not saying there wasn't good ones ever, because there was, but it's like, stop beating a dead fucking horse. Do something new. I say it all the fucking time. I'm so over saying it. And by the way, all of the names and the things that you mentioned did not make me any more excited. It actually made me less excited. When you say anything that has to do with Avatar, you can kindly fuck yourself. I just don't want, I don't want it. I don't want it. And how much money is this to make? They're spending so much money to make this like happen, because it's all of the CG and all of the, it's so much work and money and time and effort for a fucking subpar product at fucking best.
Look at this side by side.
And then they're like, oh, well, we lost money. It's like, fuck off. Like, just please, for fuck's sake, again, for the 100th time, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Someone took a fucking chance. A24 made a fucking Oscar-nominated, Oscar-winning movie, Best Picture of the Year, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress. I mean, they fucking swept. Not fucking this bullshit that you're recycling over and over and over again. Learn a lesson, y'all. I know you've had a strike for a long time and you're all hurting so bad, you billionaires, but please just do something original. Stop with this fucking recycling IPs, IPness, whatever you want to fucking call it. Enough is enough. I'm fucking done. I shan't be watching this.
Look how good this looks. So like you see Andy
Fuck you. It does not look good.
As Caesar, and you have Caesar next to him. You know. Get your damn dirty paws off me, you dirty.
Yeah, look good.
Yeah. Get your
Also,
paws off
impression,
my
Brian.
damn
I'm gonna need
dirty
you to drink,
apes.
bud.
I know. I'll be drinking all tonight. That's what happens on Fridays. Give me
You
impressions.
can't help yourself with the impressions.
I love myself some impressions. Ron, what do you think about this? Did you love any of the Planet of the Apes? Did you like the original franchise? I don't know if you saw the last. I'm gonna say the last, not the original, but the last three that Matt Reeves did. And you lost that director. So I mean, going into this movie right now, you know that it's gonna have to be a whole different thing without the director who actually created what the new Planet of the Apes is gonna be. Do you? I mean, as a studio, I get it. You move forward, but do you think that's a wise move without having him there?
I think it is. I actually never saw that trilogy. I did see all of the originals with Roddy McDowall playing Cornelius.
Yeah.
I saw those, and I had like three like amazing pieces that I loved of them that always haunted me, kind of. And so I did like the original. I don't know if we need another one though.
No.
And like, I mean, it's new direction though. Do you think that can actually change people's perspective of what this movie is going to be moving forward?
I think so. I do think so. Absolutely.
And do you think, Avatar, I said the Avatar thing because Avatar is a big visual effects movie. Yeah. And so do you think that what they bring to the table will actually lead into this movie being a better movie than the original trilogy they had?
I don't see that happening. No. I see it being a nice little maybe spring movie.
Yeah. Do you think that there's no actors like Charlton Heston here to be like the person running this? Because honestly, that was I think the big selling part for the original movie was his interaction with them, right? They don't have that here.
Oh, absolutely. That interaction was amazing. It was him and Roddy McDowall and whoever played the lady that had the little ape, and then she had to throw her off the ship because they were coming to attack her, and they showed the little baby ape floating, and that was sad.
Yeah.
That was sad. Now, one of these new three was sad as fuck. I was like crying that what they were doing to the fucking apes. I'm like, this is terrible.
Well, the first one with James Franco was in the first one.
The first one was really good, but then after that, I was like, really, what are we doing?
But, you know, James Franco.
What are we doing?
No, I mean James Franco. That's it. They had James Franco, then they had Gary Oldman, you know, in 1, 2, which fucking Gary Oldman, friend of the show, is fucking great guy. And he did an awesome job. He always sells his act.
Yep, that's the one I like too, Queen. I don't know which one that was, but that's the one I liked.
And then Caesar led the rebellion. I think that was the second one.
One of the three were good. The other two were very, and I say good, like, you know, it was entertaining. I'm not, you know, trying to be like, oh, this was a great movie. It was good. It was fine.
But Ron, they're missing that human element. I think that's a problem. Like, I think they're trying to, like, you see the trailer, they're trying to play into like we're back to that world, like the original ones, you know. Yeah. But you don't really show, even in this trailer, you don't show like that factor. Like they're saying that this ape is gonna learn and like what the world is like now, and like it seems like in the trailer like he's gonna see stuff that humans actually had before, and now it'll change his perspective. But before, the whole thing was you had that human that was still like able to humanize almost the ape and take it back the same direction as the first movie was doing, the human and the ape connection. I think we're missing that. Why wouldn't they cast somebody like that? Do you think that's a problem with this new movie?
I think there's a lot of problems with this new movie. I don't know if I can really pinpoint one, but I have a funny little anecdote about Gary Oldman. Can I tell you?
I love an anecdote.
Of course. I love Gary. Give me.
So I'm sitting with him, and he asked me what I do, and I told him that I worked in television, and he says to me in his serious tone, and he said, "I want to do a comedy." And I started laughing. I'm just like, are you kidding me? And we just sort of left it at that. He just kind of looked at me, and 6 months later, Friends.
Yeah.
Yep. It was
Well, I mean, if Gary Oldman calls you up and says, I want to do a be on your show, you're going to say yes, right? You would think you're going to say yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, he's such a good guy. Like, I worked for him on Mank, that Netflix movie with Fincher. Like, I stood in for him on that, and I had like run the scenes with him multiple times. Fincher was he was Fincher. You know, I love Fincher, but he's Fincher, you know? And Gary, the whole time, this is the sweetest human being. He'd be like, hello. He'd be like, almost whisper talks to you. You know what I mean? Such a sweetheart. Hello, Brian. It's so nice to rub your shoulders. Such a fucking nice person. You know.
What's the weirdest part though about that, Brian?
I mean, what?
The weirdest part about the fact that they were working together, those two.
Oh, the fact that they were actually both married to the same woman at different times in their lives.
What?
But yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
And then they ganged up together to take away her kids. All three.
That's
Oh, really?
Yeah. She hasn't seen her boys in like 7 years. She hasn't seen her daughter in like 13.
That's fucking nuts, right?
Oh, I wish I didn't mention that unfun fact.
Yeah, that's an unfun fact.
All right, everybody drink for sadness. Drink for the children. For the children.
For the children.
I didn't say it earlier, but I'm drinking these Angry Orchard hardcore drinks.
Oh, those are good.
2% alcohol. Drink more, buddy.
They're 8%, Sabrina. They're 8%.
I'm kidding.
They're 8%.
Sugar.
That's 2 beers. That's 2 beers in one. That's two for one. You know?
That's why Brian's like,
I've had 3, so I'm doing pretty good right now. You know, that's all I'm saying. You know, and it's practically my 4th one over here. So Angry Orchard, fuck yeah. These are the good Angry Orchard. If you have a tasty beverage, you're having an Angry Orchard and a nice cider beer, go with the hardcore one.
Peppy is sleeping, but I got Mimi. I got a baby girl. I got a baby girl.
Pop it in. She's popping in.
I love you.
Mimi has a segment next week. We were supposed to do a segment with Peppy and Mimi sitting down asking the hard questions
She just
today.
licked my nose.
But Peppy got so tired out we couldn't finish it. We'll be back on Monday with that. So, but yeah, you're right. Gary Oldman, sweetheart, fucking great. I'm excited about him in general, everything he does. This movie though, did I go to Keoki yet? I'm not sure. Keoki, did I go to you yet?
No.
This is what happens when I'm drinking. This is what happens when I'm drinking. Keoki, what do you think about this movie? Are you ready for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Or are you saying to yourself right now, Brian, why are we talking about this right now? We did 3. We're done. Let's just let it be. There's no Charleston Heston. There's no fucking actor that's going to control this. Let's make this happen. Fuck yeah. Charleston Heston. Let's do it. I don't know. I can't do that shit. Tell me your life, man. Tell me your fucking views on this shit.
No, man. Absolutely. I have no reason to even look for the Planet of the Apes movies. The third one was already emotionally drawing where I'm like, oh my God, they're finally people and they've rescued themselves. But we're so far removed from it, I don't have any emotional attachment whatsoever. Just as you said, there's no human element for us to see the compelling part to get the other side. I loved having Gary Oldman on it. I loved having, what's his face? Climber hiker guy from the movie.
Climber hiker guy.
Terminator.
I'm like, I can't remember his name. Yeah, Terminator.
The guy
Terminator,
with feet.
Genesis. And
generic bad guy all the time.
Generic bad guy who's actually a really good actor who I actually love watching him. He was in what's it called? Great movie, one of my favorites. But he's actually playing again, Great Gatsby. He's playing what's her face's husband, and I'm like, he's in here in a smaller role, but great movie. Love him in it, and love that. But the fact Planet of the Apes removed. It's just like, why? We don't need this. They need to make it do something different. Otherwise, there's no need for it. Just like Sabrina said, super expensive for no reason. We don't need that now. We saw everything from the first movie, and even the second movie was great. Third movie was just so emotionally drawn where you're like, all right, we're there. Right. The monkeys have made it to the promised land. Let's stop it there.
Okay. I'm going to go to Sabrina fast before we talk about this because she's got some updates about what's going on with the SAG strike.
I wish it was a better update, but apparently the studios delivered a new contract offer to SAG-AFTRA finally, and the talks are set for the weekend. So they are going to go back into negotiations tomorrow. And try to work this out. My guess, unfortunately, is that they're going to have the lawyers look all of this over. But they were using the term fluid with their talks, and now they're using cautious optimism. So it seems like there's a small step forward in the right direction. Honestly, what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, it does not seem super promising, but I hope that they surprise me.
You know what that is, Sabrina? That is some breaking news.
look at you. I didn't realize you put the graphic up. I was reading on a different page. I wasn't on the homepage.
Sims having fun. But yeah, Keoki, you're right about the whole thing. We're missing. We said it before. We're missing the human interaction. They should be introducing that in the first trailer. It looks great. Visually, of course, these all look great. These new ones, and they're not people in the costumes that they used to be. I love that look though. Before in the old times, that was fucking fun. It was fun. The costumes were fun. I don't know what it was the way they puppeteered that stuff and the way they looked. It just stood out so much. And I think we're missing some of that. Sometimes it's hard with the CG world. It's like the interactions are different.
There is that one girl that they show in the trailer that's like hiding underneath some freaking wheat leaves or something. She's like laying on the floor and you just see her. She's like this. She does nothing but stare at the apes. So I'm guessing she's gonna be the human interaction. I mean, it's not the same, she's just like kind of watching from afar. It's super weird.
But this is reaching from the past,
yeah,
Sabrina.
Strike is still on, unfortunately.
Strike is still on. Hopefully
this weekend. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't sound too promising to me, but that was released like 40 minutes ago or something. It was the most recent
It's like
update.
Groundhog Day right now. I feel like we're going to get out of this.
11th being like, that's where AMTP was like, all right, we're going to go back to work, or that's what Union was saying. But hopefully you get some.
Well, if they get a deal now.
If we don't resolve it by Sunday, they've threatened to not resume talks till January, which is a real douche move,
That would super douche.
It's a lie, Ron. It's a lie.
So stupid.
It's a lie. It's a lie. But
it's like strong arming. They're like, you better like what I said, or else I'm going to talk to you until January. Fuck you, dude. We've waited this long.
Don't you like me?
So dumb.
Yeah, I know.
And childish, by the way.
Yeah.
But it sucks, but that's where we're at right now. And honestly, hopefully, the lawyers work it out. The deal is actually better, and they sign it. We go back to work, but we don't really know right now. But
if you think about it, if they do go ahead with their threat, then they would start negotiating again in January. Well, that could take another month. If I think they could resolve something by the end of the year. The rest of the year is dead anyway.
It's shot.
I think they could resolve something rather than postpone it. No,
exactly.
Not a good idea.
No, Ryan, they said I'm sorry, Ron, I don't mean to cut you off. The question, Ryan's like Sunday, I thought today. By the end of the week, and the end of the week is technically Sunday. Well, it's
tomorrow,
really Saturday.
Technically tomorrow,
But I think they said over the weekend, which makes me think it's a Saturday, Sunday situation. Yeah. I don't know. But
I thought they originally said Friday. I thought originally they said Friday.
Maybe they did, but.
And now they're saying, end of the week. No end in sight, Queen. You're right. But
so
Ron, you're right.
Well, first they said by Halloween, and then they were like, "Oh, by the end of the week," and now they're like, "By the end of the weekend." Like, I don't know, because they don't want. They basically were hoping, they call my bluff, and SAG called their bluff, and so now they're backpedaling. You know what I mean? That's sort of a thing.
Because Fran's a fucking boss, and she's not backing off. She's like, I'm gonna make sure we get a deal that's good for the majority of our union, and that's big. We never had that before. So, and if we don't fucking settle for something good right now, we're never going to. This is the time. It's
gone this long, and so many people have suffered this. To settle at this point on bullshit is so counterproductive. Yeah. And it would just mean that all of this was worth nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it. I get that people need to go back to work. I get that this is a super shitty situation. People are leaving the business. People are moving. People are losing their homes. It's awful. But at the same time, to just give in to what they wanted in the first place meant that all of that suffering and all of that bullshit is for no fucking reason. And I cannot in any way, shape, or form support that, because so many people are suffering right now. And it can't be for no reason. It has to be for gain, honestly. There's no other explanation for putting people through all of this bullshit. And obviously you're not going to get every single thing you want. They're not going to, neither side. There has to be a compromise of some sort, but it cannot be because you threaten me and I'm going to cave because you're like, oh, then we won't talk till January. That's bullshit. And they should know that at this point that we are going to call their bluff. You know what I mean? It's not, no one's going to fucking cave like that. It's really stupid.
Yeah. It is. You're right, Sabrina. And that's where we're at. We can't cave. We can't give in. We can't stop. Won't stop. Can't do it.
Won't stop.